Hey everyone, welcome back to the Guppy Garage. Today we're going to be moving some of these babies to their grow out tanks, and I'll teach you guys how to sex juvenile guppies. What we're looking at here is the grow out mutt tank. I've just got a ton of fry in here, and they're getting big enough to where I can start sexing them. I can figure out if they're male or female. We're going to be taking them and we're going to be moving them into these two mutt tanks. I've got the male and the female mutt tank. Male on the right, female on the left there. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting them in these two specimen containers I'm going to show you guys here in a second. And we're going to just separate them into their tanks once we get them to the other side of the fish room. I'm just going to take a big scoop here out of the water and get as many of these fry as I possibly can. Usually when I do a scoop like this, I pull 5 to 6 of them just out of chance. And right in here I got about 20 of them just because they're so loaded into this grow out tank. And then what I'm talking about here, also I'm doing a voiceover just because the video audio wasn't that great for you guys. And I want to make sure when you're listening to this, you get as much information as possible. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be pulling them individually. And what I'm showing you guys here is a male guppy. I wanted to show you guys a little bit close-up footage so that you can see right here we've got the male guppy with the gonopodium. So the gonopodium, which is right there after that red arrow, is the male sexual organ. The female has a large anal fin and the male has the gonopodium. That's a very easy way to tell between a male and a female. We're actually going to show you a female here in a second too, but I just wanted to show you guys some males here that show the gonopodium. So on these females over here, if you look at the back of their body there, you can see how their anal fin is very large and very round, where the males was very sharp and had that little stick. Right here you can see that on my Dumbo mosaic. Those females are definitely pregnant at this time as well, so you can really see that black dot on the back of their belly, which is called the gravid spot, and then on these males you can see that gonopodium. So that black spot is another really good way to tell between a male and a female. The female will have that black spot and that large anal fin, where the male will just have their gonopodium. Also, the females sometimes are bigger than the males, and the males will have more color, but that is just dependent on the strain. I do have some beautiful females that are as brightly colored as the males, so usually you can't tell based on color, so you have to look at those other things, which is the gonopodium and the anal fin, and then also the gravid spot. So what I'm talking about here is just how I want to go through each individual one and look through them, make sure there's no issues with these fish. This is a really good time when I'm separating them to see if there's any spinal issues, any curved spines, or any issue with their pectoral fins that is going to be causing them issues in their life that can lead them to just be an unhappy fish. I don't like to have any unhappy fish here in the guppy garage, so when I'm doing this separation, I really do look through. I look at each individual fish and make sure that they are not having any deformalities that can cause a strain issue for them, or that will just make their life miserable. If that is the case, usually what I'll do is I will either use clove oil to help them pass away, which will just put them to sleep, and then it'll slowly euthanize them humanely. Or what I'll do is if it's still okay and they look healthy enough, but they're still not going to do great throughout their life, is I will put them in with a betta and let a betta eat them just for that extra protein, so I'm not wasting any fish in the fish room here. I don't like to do that, but that is the circle of life, and if I can feed live food to any of my fish, of course I prefer to do that. That's why I do brine shrimp and Walter worms in the fish room as well. So right here I'm just kind of looking through and I'm pulling out the ones that I can actually for sure tell what sex they are, male or female. There are a lot of fry in here that just haven't started showing the signs yet. All right, so these are the guppies that I've got here that I pulled out that I could actually tell the sex of. If you look at a few of these, you can really tell if they're male and female. I'll zoom in here on a female so you guys can see that gravid spot on the back of her abdomen, down there by the anal fin, and you can really see that dark circle there. If you look at the center of the screen there, you can really see that dark spot where the males don't have that. So let me zoom in on a male here and I can show you guys. He does have a lot more color, so that's a really easy indication. But you can also see how he's streamlined and does not have that gravid spot. It's kind of hard to tell which male I'm talking about here because there were so many. But then we've got them separated here. I did actually look through these again, and I noticed that one right there in the center is a male in the female tank, so I actually pulled him out and put him into the other tank, just because they did look very similar, and I was getting a couple at a time, so Just trying to do this quick, and that does happen, so that's why I always separate them, and then I'll just make sure that I did put them in the right tanks. So again, there's another male right down there at the bottom. You can see that gonopodium pretty clearly there, and his nice brilliant colors, shimmery body than the females would have. The females are going to have a little bit more see-through of a body. Hopefully that helped you guys figure out how to sex your guppies. If you have any questions, you can please put them below in the comments, or you can reach out to me via Instagram at the Guppy Guru. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.